Trump is losing his mind on the taco trade. No, it's got nothing to do with a dish made of tortilla, but an acronym that mocks him, and he clearly seemed to know nothing about it when he was first asked about it in the White House.
But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question.
It all started with Wall Street analysts coining the term TACO, that stands for Trump always chickens out. It has been adopted by some commentators to describe how Trump deals with tariffs. First, he announces them, then sends markets into a tizzy with just how outrageous they sound, and then markets rebound when Trump gives countries more time to negotiate the tariffs. Trump prides himself on the art of the deal, so to speak, and so when a reporter asked him this, he flew off the handle.
So Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country, and because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. You call that chickening out? Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed to investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. This country was dying. 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. China, we were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question. Go ahead. To me, that's the nastiest question.
What Trump didn't see humor in, the internet picked up. And taco memes soon started flooding the internet. Even author Stephen King couldn't resist joining in. For more such stories, subscribe to SNG News, hit the like button and follow for more news updates. Trump's Kissinger, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, has declared war against Chinese students. Rubio has said the administration will actively start revoking visas of Chinese students with links to the Chinese Communist Party and those in critical fields. Chinese students aspiring to study in the US are facing a wave of uncertainty and anxiety following the Trump administration's recent decision to aggressively revoke visas and halt new student visa appointments. For MAGA activist Laura Loomer, Rubio's move against Chinese students is a big win. Chinese President Xi Jinping's daughter, Loomer claims, has studied in American universities like Harvard and currently lives in Massachusetts. She has now asked her followers if she should confront Xi Jinping's daughter, Xi Minse, on video. Loomer wants her to be deported. Meanwhile, this policy shift, announced by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, has left many students scrambling and uncertain about their academic futures. This 22-year-old postgraduate applicant from Chengdu expressed her distress, noting that despite her humanities major not being in a sensitive field, her visa process hadn't started, and her course begins in early August. She is now contemplating deferring her studies or accepting an offer from the United Kingdom's London School of Economics.
It's pretty absurd. It doesn't seem like something that could happen now. During the day, I scrolled others' reactions on social media. People seemed quite anxious. Although my major isn't particularly sensitive, the visa process hasn't even started yet. And the timeline is already quite tight since the school year begins in early August. Now with this situation, and not knowing how long it will be suspended, I'm pretty worried.
Rubio's stance came after he sent out a cable to all embassies, stopping all new visa appointments for international students to give the administration time to enhance its social media screening of incoming overseas students. Some Chinese students stayed up late into the night refreshing the US visa appointment webpage, hoping to secure a slot before the suspension took effect. But it was of no use.
Chinese students at Harvard and in the United States are in a state of vulnerability, neglect, bullying, and oppression. It's true that many U.S. policies specifically target Chinese students and impose some restrictions on them, including stricter scrutiny or oppression due to ideological issues.